Den 121, Dental Hygiene Preclinic Lab. Lab test, large ultrasonic. It is the beginning of the day and you are assigned to sterilization. How do you prepare and run cassettes in the large ultrasonic unit? Include end of the day cleanup. Do I say that? Mm-hmm. Proper PPE is worn, gown, mask, glasses, treatment gloves. Counters were disinfected after the previous clinic day, so they should be clean. To the right of the sink, on the dirty side, prepare counters with blue towels, located in the cabinet below the mid-mark autoclave. With treatment gloved hands, remove ultrasonic cover.
I'm going to hand sanitize my hands before I go into my treatment gloves. I want to make sure that my gloves cover my arms so they go over the cuff on my lab coat or clinic gown.
Place 4 scoops of IMS powder into the unit.
So here are our IMS powder. It stays right down here in the bottom of the cabinet. I'm not actually going to do this, but for this particular ultrasonic, I'll take 4 scoops. 2, 3, 4.
Retrieve gallon jug from the cabinet under the ultrasonic and add 4 gallons of warm to hot tap water to the unit.
So I'm going to add tap water and I'm going to heat it up a little bit, wait for it to get a little warm. And I'm going to put 4 gallons. 2, 3, 4.
Replace ultrasonic cover. Turn the knob located on the front cabinet panel past 15 minutes, making sure treatment gloves are not wet, and then back to 10 minutes to start.
So this is our control panel for the ultrasonic. This is electrical, so you'll want to make sure that your gloves are not wet when you touch this. So we're going to turn past 15 and then to 10, and that will agitate for 10 minutes before you put any instruments in there to dissolve the IMS powder.
Instrument preparation and cleaning. Don heavy nitrile gloves over clean treatment gloves to place dirty instrument cassettes into unit in a single layer, making sure solution covers cassettes completely.
I'm going to retrieve my nitrile gloves. Remove the top. And these are a cassette. This is a cassette of dirty instruments. I'm going to place this in the unit, making sure that the water covers the instruments completely.
Remove one nitrile glove to turn switch on. Do
Okay.
not touch switch with wet, dirty, gloved hands.
So I'm going to replace the cover. You always want to make sure that the cover is on the ultrasonic when it is agitating or you have instruments in there. So I'm going to remove one dirty nitrile glove, and this is when I would turn the unit on, back to 10. It will agitate for 10 minutes or until the debris is gone from the instruments. Now, you want to remember that if someone comes in to add another set of instruments, you must start the time over. So every time you add a set of instruments, you have to back it up to 10 minutes.
When ultrasonic stops, redon nitrile gloves. Remove cassettes and rinse under running water for at least 1 minute or until residue is gone. Place on blue towels to be dried. Instruments must be dried before going into cloth bags or pouches.
So once I place the instruments in here, I may or may not still need to be in my nitrile gloves. If I happen to come out of my nitrile gloves, I would just place them on the sink here. And then when I'm ready to retrieve the instruments after the cycle has completed, I would put my nitrile gloves back on. Remove the cover, take the instruments out. I would run them under water for a minute to make sure that we've removed all of the residue from the cleaning solution. Place them on the blue towel and you can pat them. Or if you have time, you can leave them here to drain. The instruments need to be dry before they go into the pouches.
End of day cleanup of unit. Cleaning. After all instruments for the day have been cycled through ultrasonic, remove one nitrile glove. Flip the switch to drain the unit without cross-contamination or wetting switch. Once the unit is drained with clean treatment gloved hand, flip switch off.
So when I get ready to drain the ultrasonic, this is our switch. You'll notice when I turn it on, the red light comes on. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off since we don't actually have any solution in there. But you'll leave the unit on draining, and it takes a few minutes for this to drain. And this just drains out into a hose and into our sink. Once that is, the draining process is completed, you want to make sure that you flip the switch off, that the red light is off, because if we leave this on, it will burn up the unit. So you want to make sure that that's switched off.
At the end of the day, after unit is completely drained, don treatment gloves, then nitrile gloves to remove the large basket and rinse under running water. Place basket in sink.
So I'm going to take the basket out. I'm going to rinse it with water. I'm going to place the basket in the sink.
After unit is drained, wipe out residual solution in the bottom of the ultrasonic unit with paper towels.
There may be a little bit of residual liquid in the bottom of the ultrasonic, so you can just take this and just wipe it out. And then we'll throw this in the trash.
Spray unit and basket with disinfectant from dirty side bottle.
So we're going to spray both sides. Spray basket.
Retrieve 3 disinfecting cloth or towelettes from the dirty side wipes container.
And this wipes container is on the dirty side. It should have dirty written on it, but I'll write that.
Leave 2 on the counter for later use and use 1 towelette to clean dirty spray bottle, wipe container, unit cover top and bottom, inside of unit and basket. Discard, wipe in trash.
You want to make sure you have a really good grip on your wipe when you're disinfected with your nitriles on. It does kind of interfere a little bit with your grip and your tactile sensitivity.
Discard, wipe in trash. This completes the cleaning portion. Disinfection. Wash nitrile gloves with soap and water for 15 seconds and dry with paper towels.
You want to make sure that you wash your nitriles the same way that you would wash your hands. Making sure you clean the in between the fingers. So that you can remove the bioburden. You want to make sure you dry your nitriles thoroughly so you don't dilute the disinfectant.
Use second towelette to disinfect gloves. Gloves must remain moist for 3 minutes to complete the disinfection process.
So when you're disinfecting your gloves, you want to make sure that they're nice and wet. And they need to stay wet for 3 minutes for the disinfectant to work properly. You can count to yourself if you need to for the entire 3 minutes, which seems like an eternity when you're disinfecting your gloves and waiting for them to become disinfected.
With disinfected nitrile gloves, return the basket to the unit and spray the inside with the dirty side bottle. Spray the unit cover top and bottom to disinfect. And place back on unit. This must remain wet for 3 minutes or the time that the manufacturer states in the directions for use. This completes the disinfection portion. Wash nitrile gloves with soap and water for 15 seconds and dry with paper towels.
I know we're doing a lot of washing of our nitrile gloves, but we have to be really careful with cross-contamination because anything that touches these gloves that's dirty renders these gloves dirty. Again, you want to make sure these are thoroughly dry.
Use third towelette to disinfect gloves, dirty spray bottle, and dirty wipes container.
Since we're going to be hanging these gloves, we don't have to, just need to make sure they're nice and wet. And then we can do our nitrile glove shimmy. Come out of our gloves without touching the outside. Clip them and hang them over the sink.
Discard treatment gloves in trash. And then wash hands or use hand sanitizer for 15 seconds.
And I'm going to use some hand sanitizer. If at any time your hands become visibly soiled, you will need to use soap and water. Okay?
This completes the disinfection portion.